Mom. Do you have a minute? There's something I want to talk to you about. What is it? Did you have another fight with Hank? Not really a fight. I haven't been on top of all the housework lately, so Hank got really mad at me about that. Well, you're only human, and there are only 24 hours in the day. And you just had your twins. No one should be expecting you to be on top of the housework after having twins in your first pregnancy. That's what I thought, but I'm a stay-at-home mom, so he expects me to do everything around the house. Well, I can see it from his point too. But in reality, raising children and doing all the housework at the same time is harder than people think. Even I was having a hard time balancing both, and I only had you as my child. I don't think you have to worry about what he says and think too much. But Hank works very hard to support the family. I'm only able to be a housewife because his job pays so well. So he criticizes me about not being able to do all the chores. I do feel bad that I can't get everything done. In this economy, I agree that it's great that he makes enough to have you mind the house. But I'm sure that you're doing the best that you can. Or are you being lazy? I'm not being lazy. I'm doing everything that I am capable of doing. And exactly how much is that? There are days when not all the housework is done by the time Hank comes home from work. Basically, I don't leave anything for tomorrow. I finish cleaning and doing everything by the end of the day. That's enough then. Actually, that's more than I thought you would be able to do. Is it really, though? I shouldn't be the one to talk, I guess. It's only your father and I now. But there are days when I don't do any of the housework at all. So if we were to compare, you're doing a great job, dear. I hope that's true. But Hank wants me to do more. The babies were just born. Maybe Hank doesn't understand how tough it is yet. I wish I could go over and help you, but you live too far away. It wouldn't make sense for you to come just to do some housework. It's the sad truth. It's sad that I can't help my daughter and my grandchildren. I just wish I could do more. I'm sorry, honey. Hank's parents also live far away, don't they? Yes, they do. We moved out here away from everyone because Hank was transferred here. I don't have anyone that can help watch the babies or help with the housework. Have you thought of going to a daycare? Aren't there places that would accept babies? I think that there are places like that, but Hank wouldn't like that. Why? It's because I'm a housewife and stay-at-home mom. He said I should be making time to do both the housework and taking care of the babies. Hank is busy with work, so he doesn't do any of the housework, nor does he look after the babies. But this must be so hard on you. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be having these feelings, but there are times when I get really angry at the babies, even though I love them so much and they are so precious to me. I think that's from all the stress. Did you tell Hank about these feelings? I did tell him, but he just brushed it off and didn't think anything of it. I've been thinking a lot about the babies and Hank and other things, but I have no idea what I should do. I'm at the end of my rope here. This might not mean anything, but try talking to Hank again. Try to have a good conversation with him. You guys are married. You need to help each other out. I guess we have to do that. If you don't, it's only going to be hard on you. Give it a go, even if it's just a casual conversation. If that doesn't work, then you can start cutting corners in your housework. It won't benefit anyone if you suddenly collapsed from exhaustion. Okay, I get it. I'm going to do what you say. Yeah, try it. If things still aren't working well, we can talk again. You can talk to me about anything. Thank you so much, Mom.
Cora, what the hell is this? What did you pack for my lunch?
What? It's just a normal lunch. What's wrong with it?
You know that I hate leftovers.
Oh, sorry about that. But last night one of the twins was crying a lot. I wasn't able to sleep very long because of that. I didn't wake up early enough.
So that's why I'm forced to eat leftovers for lunch? My breakfast was also the same leftovers. I didn't say anything this morning, but to have 2 meals of the same thing is unacceptable. Don't you think that you're skimping too much on your responsibilities?
I do feel bad about that, but normally I make you fresh food for breakfast and lunch. But if I have days where I can't do that, giving you leftovers should be fine too.
You're a housewife. You're at home for the whole day. The least you can do is cook good food. The reason I let you be a stay-at-home mom is for you to do both properly. If this is what I'm getting, then you being a housewife is pointless.
It has been hard for me.
I go and do my work even though it's tough and even though I haven't gotten any sleep either. I'm doing my best to provide for this family. I'm making all the money so that you don't have to. Do you understand that?
I do. I do understand. I'm so grateful for what you do for us. I'm doing everything that I think I need to do.
If you understood, you won't be cutting corners like this. Everything changed since you gave birth. You've been getting more and more sloppy. There are times when the housework hasn't been done by the time I get back from work. And you call yourself a housewife.
I want to. I want to get everything done. But when I'm looking after the children, I can't do anything else. It's tough taking care of 2 babies while doing the cleaning. Why don't you get that?
Because it's all bogus. You're just using that as an excuse. How hard do you think I'm working? Can you say that you're working as hard as I am? You can't, right?
I am. I'm doing everything in my capacity. I asked my mom for advice. I found ways and tricks to speed up the cleaning and tidying. I'm doing what I can.
And this sloppiness is the result of all that? If you're going to be this bad at it, then it's better if you don't do anything at all.
Why aren't you recognizing my efforts? Are you even trying to see things from my perspective? Do you not care? I've put so much effort into the house. I've had to face so much pain.
It doesn't matter how much you've put into it. It yielded no results, so all that is useless. Unlike you who gets to just stay home all day, I've been putting all my efforts in dealing with my pain at work. You should know how tough it is for me.
Right. You're right. Sorry. I was mistaken.
If you understand, then show me that you do. Anyone can say what they want. You need to show me through your housework that you truly get it.
Okay, I will do that.
Let me say one more thing. A housewife who can't do housework and raise children is completely worthless. You better make good on your promise and show me results. I want a spotless house, you hear me?
I hear you.
Are you crazy? The house looks like a bomb went off. What were you thinking? Hurry up and answer me. The bathroom hasn't been cleaned, the laundry is piled high, and my dinner isn't ready.
Of course nothing is done. I didn't do a single thing today.
Huh? Did you not understand what we talked about this afternoon? How could you leave the house when there's so much left to be done? You took the babies too. What kind of game are you trying to play?
I'm not playing any games with you. I simply just didn't want to do the housework today. I just wanted to take the babies out of the house for a while.
You better get back here and finish your work. If you do that, I'll let it slide. I'll pretend that I didn't see the mess. Hurry up.
What's going to happen if I don't come home?
I won't let you step foot in it again. It's going to be hard for you to take care of 2 babies out on the streets where you'll be living. If you get that, then hurry and get back here.
I don't care if you don't let me back into the house. I don't ever plan on going back to that house again. For safety, you should lock the door and bolt it with the chain.
Do you think I'm joking around with you? I'm being dead serious here.
I wasn't trying to make any jokes earlier. You were the one that said that you didn't need me. I'm just doing exactly as you wished.
When did I say to get out of the house? You can't just put words into my mouth.
Your words were, a housewife who can't do housework and raise children is worthless. Did I get that right? I was so busy with the babies that I didn't have time to do any of the housework. That makes me worthless, doesn't it? So there would be no meaning to go back to a house that finds me worthless. I was told in the afternoon that it would be better if I didn't do anything at all.
Okay, I understand where you're trying to go with this. I said too much this afternoon. So could you please come back to the house? Are you satisfied with that? Hurry and get your butt back here.
I already said it, didn't I? I'm not going back to that house. Did you think I was joking?
You didn't mean that. It's impossible for you not to come back. I already apologized. There's nothing more that you can ask for. Just get back here. I'll let this slide. I'll forgive you.
The divorce papers are on the coffee table in the living room. I already filled out my section of it. Fill out your part and then file it with the court.
What? Divorce papers? Are you being serious?
Has reality finally hit you? I'm divorcing you so I don't have any reasons to go back to that house. If you get it now, then hurry up and file those divorce papers.
Oh God, give me a break. I'm already worn down by my work life. Why does my home life have to wear me down as well?
All you have to do is write your name and then sign the appropriate places. It's not something that will tire you out when you're done. From everything you said, your life will be less stressful. It'll only take a few minutes. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll be done.
That wasn't where I was trying to go. Why do we even have to get a divorce? You've never ever shown any signs of wanting one. This is all too sudden.
Nope. That just shows that you haven't been paying attention to me. Just because you didn't see the signs doesn't mean that they weren't there. I've been fooling myself all this time and blaming myself for all the troubles. But I've had enough.
Had enough of what? You should know how much I make and that it's way above average. I let you become a housewife. You should be grateful. What part of that is making you unhappy? Where do you see the flaws in all this?
That right there. Your attitude is the problem. Saying things like you let me be a housewife. Saying that housewives that can't take care of the house are worthless. Why is it that those things are the only things that you can say to me? Did you ever think how those words would make me feel?
So you were hurt by a bunch of words. So much that you want to file for divorce. You're acting so spoiled. There's no way that a judge will grant you a divorce over something so petty.
It might seem petty to you, but to me, it's been wearing down on me to the point the only way I see out is through getting divorced. Why can't you even try to understand what I'm going through?
I'll have you know that there are people in this world that go to work while raising children and do the housework. When you compare yourself to them, you only need to do 2 out of the 3. You only need to do the housework and raise the children. Just because I said a few tough words, you want a divorce? That's why I'm saying that you are spoiled. Aren't you embarrassed by what you're doing?
I'm not even a bit embarrassed. Actually, I prefer it this way. I rather you come at me with your insults than wake up one day resenting my life and my children. I would hate it if I started resenting my babies. I don't want that to happen, so I'd rather get a divorce from you.
What are we going to do about custody after the divorce? Don't tell me you want full custody of the children.
Of course I want full custody. You never even lifted a finger for them. You barely even do more than glance at them. You never took part in raising them. It's going to be hard for you to get custody.
Oh yeah? What do you plan on doing by yourself with 2 small children? You couldn't even handle the work as a stay-at-home mom. There's no way you can do it all on your own. You can't live after you get that divorce. You could barely do housework. How are you going to add a job on top of it?
I plan on moving back in with my parents and have them help me. What I do from now on doesn't concern you. I've been thinking in my own way and coming up with the answers myself.
Really now? Fine then. Do whatever you want. You'll only end up realizing that you can't do anything without me. Don't bother me if you come to regret your decision.
You too. You and your attitude. I hope you don't end up regretting what you did to me.
What a sore loser you are. You're going to give up.
You're wrong. I won't give up. But if that's how you want to think about me, then it's none of my business.
Cora! How much longer are you going to posture up like this? It's already been a week since we had that talk. I'm going to forgive you, so get back here. Why aren't you answering me? Because you skimped out on your chores, everything is a mess now. The work is piling up. Come back and do something about this house.
Hank, Cora is not going to respond to any messages from you.
Who's this? Why are you answering Cora's messages?
I'm Cora's mother. You're acting different from when you talked to us earlier. If you keep this up, you're going to push everyone else in your life away too.
Gloria? Wait, no. This is a misunderstanding. I just got a little heated. I didn't mean to sound harsh.
None of that matters right now. I already said what was needed to be said. Cora is not going to respond to you anymore. So please stop contacting her and us as well.
Please, wait. I didn't agree to the divorce in the first place. It wasn't what I wanted. I'm not liking the fact that I can't contact her either.
Even if you say that, Cora doesn't have anything that she wants to say to you, and she's not interested in hearing what you have to say either.
She's just going to shut me out like that? If we go back to the root of the problem, it was Cora who caused it. Isn't it irresponsible of her to just ghost me like this?
You were the one that drove her to this extreme. She's only moved back in with us for a week, but she and the babies already seem much happier. So we're asking you to stop interfering with her life.
I still haven't filed the divorce papers. We're still legally married. It's obvious that a husband would be worried about his wife and kids. But I can't get a hold of her in any way. Is she trying to wage war on my mental health?
It doesn't matter what you say. Nothing is going to change my mind. I won't let you talk to my daughter or go near my grandchildren. Just stop trying. You haven't filed the divorce papers, you say? Then I suggest you do that as soon as possible. That's the least you can do.
There's no point talking to you anymore. This is a problem between me and my wife. You're an outsider. Please stop meddling in our relationship. To be very clear, you're getting in the way. You're being a nuisance.
What you did to Cora is unacceptable. She is my daughter before she was your wife. I won't allow my daughter to be treated that way, so that's why I'm talking to you now. This goes beyond your relationship as husband and wife.
You're being so dramatic. You're blowing things up more than it is. I'm doing all that I can for Cora and the kids. I just wanted her to put in the same effort as I am. But she decided to misconstrue everything.
In the current state of society where it is normal for both parents to work, I'm grateful that you were able to give my daughter the choice of being a stay-at-home mom. I acknowledge that the work you do to make enough money to support your entire family must be hard on you. I understand that you are very busy.
Right? You understand where I'm coming from. I am busy, and it has been hard for me. But Cora was always looking for the easy way out. I don't think that habit of hers is good.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm not finished. The duties of a husband and wife should be equal. There should be no superiority or inferiority with each other. But you think that you are superior. You didn't even try to understand what Cora was going through. All you did was blame her for what you think were her problems alone. I can't let a person like that have my daughter.
But this shouldn't lead to divorce. There's something fundamentally wrong with Cora. She's the one that can't balance housework with child raising. She's the one with the problems. You put her on a pedestal, but then you point the finger at me and say it's my fault that she's having these problems.
Have you ever helped to look after the children? What about helping out with the housework?
Why would you ask that? Those are jobs that belong to her. We agreed on that when we set our roles for each other. I have no reason to do her job for her.
You're the one that said that Cora is acting spoiled, right? But from the way I see things, you're the one that is spoiled.
Huh? What are you trying to say? I'm busy going to work every day. How could I be spoiled? There would be no home for Cora to neglect if it weren't for me. Do you understand that?
The way you think is so backwards. Cora's children are your children too. You live in the same house. And yet you don't look after the children and you don't clean up after yourself. All you do is complain when things don't go your way. You're not being a good father or a good husband. In fact, you're useless in the house. There's no point of having you around. You're not family. You're just a stranger that happens to stay in the same house.
I'm useless. Even though you're my mother-in-law, you stepped way out of line. I'm going to need you to get it together because you clearly have no idea what you're talking about.
You're the one that's messing things up. Your parents are sad too.
What does this have to do with my parents? Wait. Did you tell them everything about this?
I already told them. Like I said, this goes beyond your relationship as husband and wife. Of course your parents and I are not just mere bystanders.
What did my parents say?
They were mad when they heard what you said to Cora and your conduct. They agreed that your conduct is grounds for divorce and accepted that it was best that you guys split up. With the way your parents acted, it seems like you don't have a home with them either. I wouldn't be so sure they'll welcome you back.
No way. How could they say such a thing? How dare they choose Cora over their own son? They should be ashamed to call themselves parents.
I don't think your parents made a bad decision. Think long and hard about why your parents and I chose to side with Cora over you. Using work as an excuse to get out of the housework and looking after the children was your undoing. A few days after the conversation that Hank had with my mother, he filed the papers for divorce. With the help of a lawyer, Hank agreed to pay a divorce settlement as well as child support. To be honest, his agreement wasn't brought on by a changed way of thinking. It was the pressure from everyone around him. He turned down the rights to see his children, and that more than anything showed that he hadn't changed at all. Only living off child support in the divorce settlement is a little tough, but he has never missed a payment or was never late in paying it. That might mean that he still feels some sort of responsibility. I don't think I'll ever come in contact with him ever again, but I hope and pray that this experience will change his way of thinking for the better. When you feel that something is important to you, those feelings only get stronger when someone challenges the importance of the matter. For me, I was worried for my children's future. I was scared how things would turn out if we stayed, so I chose divorce. How my choice will affect the future of my children is something that only time can tell. But I didn't want a future where I hated and resented my children, so I wanted to change that. People might try to hold you down and crush you for having your own beliefs. If you continue to stand strong, you'll be able to overpower them and discover a world you've never seen before. All you need is courage. That's all it takes to change your future. That's what I did, and I'm proud of it. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.